China's countermeasures are stirring up strife in the West. Psalm 68. China rolls out plan to promote its own payment system as U.S. trade war simmers. I don't want to make this long, but China is a major component when you're dealing with prophecy in the Bible, because everybody on earth has a biblical nationality. And the biblical nationality of the Chinese people would be Moab. Hence, the biblical nationality of the Japanese people would be Ammon. And they would be the sons of Lot, and Lot was the nephew of Abraham. Okay? But before I proceed, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High Yahawah, His only begotten Son, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to my elders at Great Millstone, singing honors to the elect, peace and bless to the 1/3, and to the confusion, the faces in the four corners of the earth, Shalom. So China rolls out plan to promote its own payment system as U.S. trade war simmers. And this is what it's going to do, is going to further de-dollarize the petrodollar, which is the American currency, which the world uses on the international economic platforms, right? So what's happening is, not only is America trying to play hardball by putting tariffs on anyone, and now saying, listen here, if you do business with Moab, China, then you're going to become a victim to these tariffs. But if you don't, then I will exempt you from them. And China's like, oh, nah, we're not playing it like that. So China has released an action plan to promote the use of the yuan and its own payment system and international trade as it seeks to reduce its dependence on the dollar amid an escalating trade war with the United States. So China and it's like China and America is at a war. They're throwing bullets at each other, and these other countries are just in the middle catching strays, right? That's what's happening right now. Let me get straight to it. Shanghai will enhance the functionality of the cross-border interbank payment system. China's alternative to the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication Payment System, SWIFT. Okay, that's SWIFT. You got IMF, you got SWIFT, you got BRICS, and you got SIPS. So many different international trading systems you could use, platforms. It's kind of like think of Coinbase, Robinhood, I think ORB. Those would be like different platforms you could use for cryptocurrency. So these are different platforms, the SWIFT, the BRICS, the IMF. Those are different platforms you can use internationally to use your local, your domestic currency, you know. So the other ones I was speaking of deal with digital currency, cryptocurrency. This is dealing with the actual currency of a country, right? So it will also strengthen financial support for Chinese enterprises going global and advance the Belt and Road Initiative while enabling all types of market players to engage in international competition and cooperation in a safer, more convenient and efficient manner. Forgive me. So they're saying, okay, you keep throwing that fastball, we're going to keep swinging at it. So China's efforts to internationalize the yuan have gained greater urgency as its trade war with the U.S. has intensified, with reports that Washington is pressuring more than 70 trading partners to limit their economic ties with Beijing in exchange for tariff exemptions. One moment. Okay, so 70 trading partners. I tried to go and find out who they were, but they want you to sign up and all that. I'm good on all of that. But we pretty much know it's going to be members of the EU. So this is Psalm 68. Moab is my washpot, over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia triumph thou because of me. This is heavy. Moab is my washpot. China is my washpot, cleaning shit up. Look at what's going on with America. Edom will I cast my shoe. In the ancient world, someone throw a shoe at you, that's very disrespectful. in the sense of like disgust towards you, disdain. Like when that one dude threw that shoe at George W. Bush. That in them countries, that's like an act of like, we don't like you, you know, and that's what the Lord's doing, throwing this casting the shoe over Edom. Because remember, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. And beloved brother Yerome Gabar sent me that precept this morning, and we were texting each other last night, and that's very true. The state the world is in, the Lord does not like, because it's contrary to everything the Lord wants us to stand for. Hence, the Lord, we look for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. So to let you know that evidently there's not any righteousness going on right now, but that's besides the point. So, settling more transactions using China's own currency and payment system will enable Beijing to strengthen its position in global trade networks and reduce the harm caused by any potential U.S. move to curtail its access to dollar-based financial system. And also, side note, I was looking at an article and it says it was from the same company. It said Trump's trade tactics is like bargaining with a tiger for its skin. You gonna have to kill the tiger anyway to get the skin, but you bargaining with him. So that's a great analogy. So like your tactics is pretty much like trying to kill everybody off. It's like I want your daughter. What I gotta do to get her? Like over my dead body. You get what I'm saying? You put people in those type of predicaments. So EU won't decouple from China as condition for reaching trade deal with Trump. And this is why I said China is stirring things up in the West, man, really with the United States. Because as you can see here, the EU, they like, listen here, we don't want nothing to do with that. But nonetheless, we're not going to decouple from China. You pretty much, Trump is pretty much trying to tell these countries to commit like financial suicide. That's crazy, right? So, going up in the article, the European Union will not decouple from the Chinese economy as a condition for reaching a trade deal with Donald Trump's administration. The European Commission said on Tuesday amid reports that the White House has asked countries to do exactly that. And this is going to go back to, what's that, Revelation 17, when it says the beast shall hate the whore. The beast is the EU and NATO. All right, 7 heads is the EU, 10 horns is NATO. The whore that ride upon the beast is the mystery whore Babylon, which the mystery whore Babylon is America today. So when it says the beast shall hate the whore, they shall burn her, it's talking about Third World War, the third war coming quickly. Hence, America is going to be that lake of fire spoken of in the book of Revelation. As far-fetched as it sounds to those who don't believe, this is exactly what's going to happen. This is what we can see. Bible's written in parables. It's not a coincidence why all this chaos is happening. Because the Lord said through much tribulation shall be entered to the kingdom of heaven. So this is just the beginning of many sorrows. These are just gusts and tiffs of wind before the actual storm comes. This is a ball sliding down the side of a mountain until that ball turns into a snowball, a big snowball, or worse, an avalanche. Right? This is a small tremor getting ready to turn into an 8.5 magnitude earthquake. We're talking about F5 tornadoes, Category 5 hurricanes, volcanic eruptions. I mean, what I'm saying is the magnitude of the Lord's judgment coming is going to be on that scale. Right now, we're just seeing the calm before the storm. Although the U.S. has not officially confirmed the demand, Trump has sounded amenable to make nations choose between Washington and Beijing in order to win permanent concession from his sweeping. See, so hey, if you do this, I do that. That's what they're saying. Which have shot allies and adversaries alike. You know, this remind me of. I've been watching a lot. I don't know why I've been watching a lot of Tariq Nasheed lately. He said something, and I use it too now because I'm white and I say so. So that's pretty much what Trump doing because I'm white and I'm say so. Either you do this or this is what's gonna happen, right? And what's crazy is that this is in-house fighting. I don't care if you claim you're from France, from Spain, Andalusia, Ukraine. It don't matter. Russia. It don't matter. You all are Edomites. Like it don't matter if you're from Nicaragua, Belize, Peru, Puerto Rico, Ecuador, Guatemala. Don't matter. You're all Spanish-speaking Northern Kingdom tribes. You're still Israelites, right? Okay. Get back to the article. The duties have been temporarily suspended for 90 days to win the opportunity that governments are betting on to make commercial agreements. All right. So let me go a little bit more. Okay. So yeah, that was it on that one. Oh no, it was this one. Salakia. China warns countries against making trade deals with the U.S. unfavorable to Beijing. Oh, here you go. The U.S. tariffs. That's what I wanted. The U.S. tariffs against other countries are economic bullying, the ministry said in a statement attributed to an unnamed spokesman. So that right there just letting you know that they're losing their power because they're trying to bully people. I'm going to read this and I'm going to close out. Appeasement cannot bring peace and compromise cannot win respect. I like that. It added, for one's own temporary selfish interest, sacrificing the interests of others in exchange for so-called exemptions is like seeking the skin from a tiger. It will ultimately only fail on both ends and harm others without benefiting themselves. Like I said, like they're in the gunfight, you know, the wild, wild west, and like everybody in the saloon just under the tables, you know, hoping they don't get hit. So this is Jeremiah chapter 51. Where is it? Jeremiah 50 and 23. What's that, 22? A sound of great battle is in the land and of great destruction. How was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How was Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Yes, soon America will become a desolation among the nations because it will get blitzkrieg. It will be destroyed. It will be blown off the face of the earth. 24. I have laid a snare for thee. Snare means a trap. And thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Why was the America not aware? The book of Job, the 12th chapter says, the deceiver and the deceived are his. The only reason, white folks, Caucasian people, the only reason you're ruling the world right now is because we failed at upholding our end of the covenant of the Bible. But the Lord made a promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that we will rule the world again and forever in righteousness. So as of right now, in your mind, your inward thoughts are that your generation shall continue on forever. No. It's appointed that you have a bound you cannot pass, but the numbers of the days of the children of Israel are innumerable. Bible's so beautiful. Nonetheless, Jeremiah 50 and 24, and I'm close out again. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wasn't not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. So with that being said, I truly pray y'all edified, fed, stay in the spirit, unfed, just endear. Ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent. Kwame Sha'Allah, Wafla Babal, Shalom.